akudam akonamba fu onyame esodumuje onyame wewo eje osa be menyame akudam amanyina bebo abodine ni abomra nene okukunyumfo na nyame oboso ni asase oba abojo aketre mademu onyame free tete nyame no oji abata ndi ni me nyame hwana na no se ejo nyame obianu nso ejo nyame onim jani mabedi obianu nse papa emeyiwa yo osabe me nyame akodo meyiwa ye bei ejo nyame ma David kungore ati medawasi o papa emeyiwa yo da osabe me nyame akodo medawasi o da woman David kungore ati o meyiwa yo debia asida enya yi bishadi onyame ya enya na sida asido enya yi bishadi onyame ya enya na sida bonio dabio yi asida enya yi bishadi onyame ya enya na sida Shadio nyamiaya, shadio nyamiaya. Ode makode maba, shadio nyamiaya. Asida enya, shadio nyamiaya. Enyana sida mbo, devyo asido enya, shadio nyamiaya. Enyana sida mbonyo asida yo imeshadio nyamiaya enyana sida mbonyo ekwa meshadio nyamiaya meshadio nyamiaya yeshadio nyamiaya mama ekwebimba ode akade aba asida asida bido nyame eba mame mama de fichira bafie siyanka sache rade e mamboy nyame e mamboy nyame ye na twesi nyame ye mu ojasi nyame ye wanwa akwasi nyame ye gogrogo na ya da seni edena di nyame ye omi anka sotem ye koyo nyame ye e rade ya mai okwada na jono dawo ni mudao wenu mudao o say for no buy erade nyu na mafama enyana sido ya dio na ya enyana sida mbodi enkwa me shadio na ya me shadio na ya me shadio na ya me shadio na ya.
Good morning and welcome to Gvt TV Live. It's been a very long weekend. Yeah, so last week we had some good discussions. And this week we are going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to talk about the Western Regional Volleyball Station Super Clash. Over the weekend, a lot of wonders happened. So this weekend, a lot of things I mean, surprises. Surprises all over. Yeah, so we are also going to, break down the score lines over the weekend. The GAVA League Week 16. Surprises upon surprises. Dick Sonny Walker. For George Edwaketi Walker. The one and only 60 pounds. Brass is here, oh boy, by kind courtesy. The finance minister. Honorable Atoforsen. Oh my wrong Ghana more there. And then the big discussion. I mean the big discussion. Borteyman. Today we are going to host one of the Greater Accra Volleyball Association's executive member. So stay tuned and keep on sharing the link. Welcome to the Gvt Show. This is Ghana Volleyball Today's show. My name is Kwesi. And you are live on Kwesi TV. At exactly 10:10, we would, shoot it on. Listen, I told you last time that this time around we will allow you to also phone in and then share your opinion. Last week, anyway, it is what it is. I believe today you are going to join the discussion and you have a lot to say. Yes, we'll put on the WhatsApp line so that you can share your thoughts and comments there. We'll read it from there for you. Then also, the phone number will also be shared on your screen. Then you can also call and then share your views. Listen, me say oba ahomane so a enidia tem. Obano Samaria bano. Beka wadwene na ko wani. Obane ubedidia tem a meyiwa firi so. No pay my mission on crime be. From is it Borteyman Blessing, right? What do you say? An opinion in crashes and Bakubu. Or say my Ujidi and Joe. Listen, whatever you are going through in this life, it doesn't matter the situation. Again, let me repeat myself. Whatever you are going through in this life, it doesn't matter the situation. It doesn't matter how the problem is. It doesn't matter how troubled you are. Trust me, have faith in God. If God, through His grace and mercy, was able to save the adulterous woman from being stoned to death, then trust me, have faith in the Lord. He's going to do everything possible to make sure that your situation becomes a testimony. Listen, a certain woman bleeded for several years. She just had faith that she had to just touch the cloak of Jesus Christ. And that's just a touch will save her. And the truth of the matter is that she got healed. Trust me, whatever your situation, no matter how it is, God is in control. So this morning, what I leave you with is that have faith in the Lord, that everything is possible. With God, all things are possible. And so stay tuned and be blessed this morning. They say anopo yebedi nkomo ti yebedi nkomo Mohammed check isen kofo dodo sen na adwani feed no check na me hwe ne enko ye nim na anopo yebedi nkomo Western region why did ya over the weekend, a lot of surprises. Hey! Dabi. I'm uncle for Kansem. Anyway, Messi and Neno. We are going to just talk a little bit about the Western Regional Volleyball Association Super Clash 2025. I mean, by the grace of God, their league has ended successfully, and then the winners have been declared. Beautiful performances and all other things. Then also, over the weekend, the Greater Accra Volleyball League match week 16 in the second round. I mean, the first matches in the second round ended peacefully and successfully, and a lot of surprises took over. The entire of the Greater Accra Volleyball League was shocked. They were shocked. Then, the big discussion. I know they at exactly 10:30 near the Bibia Tutum. Into no Mr. Won't share link now, but more than that share link no. If you have not subscribed, do well to subscribe to the channel because the questions that you've been asking, the questions that you need answers to will be answered on this show this morning. I mean, we have invited one of the Greater Accra Volleyball Association's ex-co member. I mean, he's a very big man. He's a part of the Ghana Volleyball Association's, one of the commissions. I mean, when it's time, we will introduce him. We'll have a discussion with him. Borteyman and the GAVA League, Bruhaha. And so that is just by the way. Let's get it going. My man, Mohammed, let me know how many people are live with us. Only 4. Only 4. You are not doing as good. You are not doing as good. What's it? 8. 6. Good. Let's keep increasing it. Oh, and that nkomoni mu bedo. Questions are more mushia me mu bisa me about Borteyman. Metumi apaili bi. Bebri. Me say ene you also phone in and then share your thoughts. What do you say? Ene. Anyway, let's get it going. Yeah, so it is exactly 10:15 on my clock, and then we are going to kickstart with the Western Regions Volleyball Association. Over the weekend, they had their Super Clash played at Manswa Memphis in the Western region of Ghana. I mean, a lot of surprises took over, and you know, last year the defending champions, Possible Hands, couldn't participate due to one of a few reasons personal to them. But this year they did. Last year, how do you call it? Spikers Volleyball Club of Dunkwa, won it, and then Westside became the runners up. This year, beautiful surprises. The ladies. Supremacy still holds. And that is just by the way. So over the weekend, the Western Regional Volleyball Associations League Super Clash ended beautifully, and Westside ladies, the Westside women, Charlie. It wasn't easy. It was not easy at all. Okay? West Side Emano omwaje leg na jaji guswaji. Mean to mean kind kromwaje like 5-6 times continuous. Coach Adam sene here. Me boss and in Mayano. I mean, it's mind blowing. So I say congratulations to Coach Adam Sene here and the West Side ladies for this massive achievement. I mean, they've been doing this for a longer time now. So we are yet to see which club in Western region can defeat the West Side ladies and then claim championship from them. But as it stands, they are the defending champions. I mean, they've won it like 3, 4, 5 times continuous and are still winning. They won it over the weekend, and so they are currently the champions of the Western Regional Volleyball Association's 2025 league season. All right, now the men. Spikers Volleyball Club of Dungao were nowhere to be found. Go Net It were nowhere to be found. Pioneers Volleyball Club were nowhere to be found. The real champions, they themselves came in and took it. West Side struggled. They did all that they could, but they entered the Golden City forgetting themselves. They only gazed at the glittery features of the gold. And then they got it. I mean. West Side. Possible. You see how young the possible team is. But I mean, West Side is why you're there. But those of you who don't know, this is my darling club, Possible Hands Volleyball Club. And I mean, over the weekend, they've also claimed championship. What belonged to them, they've claimed it. How do you call it? Spikers Volleyball Club of Dunkwa, Energy last year. And then Possible came back to, take what belongs to them. Last year, they couldn't participate due to one or few reasons. And then this year, they've decided to come for what is theirs. But the biggest news in that league, one of the youngest coaches, Felix Che, he is the coach for Possible Hands Volleyball Club men's team. And I am just not surprised. He was once a setter. I mean, he's not up to 30 years old. He's just young. And I mean, Charlie, well done. Well done. He won the best men's coach for the season. Felix Che of Possible Hands Volleyball Club. Charlie, a few months ago, this young man reached out to me. And then he told me that, Brakwisi, I want to go into coaching. I was like, Felix, why? Why are you quitting active playing and then rather going in for coaching? He said, no, that's what my instinct is telling me. I just feel like coaching. So he made mention of one of the coaches in the Greater Accra Volleyball League. He's a national coach. He wanted to, learn a lot of things from. I said, wow, well, it's a good thing. Why not? And here he is. My guy, well done. Congratulations. Greatness awaits you, huh? Don't forget to keep on learning. Don't forget to keep on learning. But Unim, my very own senior man, Guba Montero Jr. Joseph. Yes, Ono was crowned the king of the Super Clash. Then Kate Dawadaira was also crowned the queen of the league. That is from the Western Regional Volleyball League. Now, my very own boss, Adam Sene here. Hey! God bless you, sir. In fact, no doubt, he's by far one of the best coaches we've had in Western Region so far. And he also won the best women's coach of the season. And in fact, I'm short of words. Congratulations. You've done marvelously well. You've impacted a lot of lives through this game, volleyball, and I'm glad. Trust me, it was this man who gave me the opportunity to, join the Western Regional Volleyball team. The regional team. At first, he doubted, but he only wanted me to prove a point, and I did. And from there, he has just loved everything about me. Sir, God bless you. Your motivation, has gone a long way. It's fruitful now. You've done the job, and that's it. God bless you. God bless you. And one other news. One young man, Andy, he's also around his 20s. He also approached me. He was, myself, Bento, and some few senior players advised this young man to, switch playing middle because of his height. Rather, try playing libero because he had defense, had good pass. And surprisingly, he also won the best libero. He's from Possible Hands. He won the best libero. And Charlie, kudos to you guys. Kudos to you guys. Kudos to you guys. And I'm glad. Well done. Well done to you guys. Well done. You've done marvelously well. And we look forward to see you guys performing greatly in the coming days. Hey! Now, into the most surprising result over the weekend. Hey! GAVA League, week 16. Yentin Tum. But fast because our time is getting near to get the biggest discussion going. Yes. So I'm saying now over the weekend. Hey. A lot of surprises. Afi among of 4 cancer. I now understand. I received a lot of comments from people personally. I play for Ghana Volleyball Club, and a lot of people don't know that I can play so well. So some are just surprised. Some just think that I'm only being affiliated to a certain club, but no. It was due to injury that I just rested a little bit. But over the weekend, let's look at the ladies' result. Now, Ghana Fire Service hosted Ghana Immigration Service at the Accra Sports Stadium, and the migrants diligently dealt with the immigration fire service ladies. In fact, the fire service ladies couldn't quench the fire. Rather, immigration came in to quench it for them. Ewak United, Ghana Army ladies. Definitely. Ewak took it deliciously. Ghana Prisons TCL. Prisons Ayamomo woto consciously. Ghana Navy La Paniers. Almost wajini. Ghana Police Castleland as usual. Good. Why any simple? 3-0 consciously. Now, Air Force Emano, Air Bunny, say they are going to fly like eagles and then hold captive the Caribbeans at their own backyard. Forgetting that holding the Caribbeans at their own backyard is not an easy task at all. Hey, at the Air Force Base, it was 3-2, if I do recall it well. Air Force ladies gave it to the Caribbeans, 3-2. Now, they flew all the... God damn it. Air Force, they are very strong in the air. I mean, the sky is always not their limit. They keep on flying like eagles. But they forgot themselves that they were entering the lion's den. Gentlemen and ladies, over the weekend, hey, I mean, Air Force man, Benejinem, Estaka Jinem, Seximuhina Jinem, come and see. Missiles throwing left, right, center. I mean, hey, Air Force wanted there as usual. Good. No more talk. If you're more to Tiana missiles now, and say, Egonanka Sempimbra. Egonivi a friend who say, or by the Lions Den. Unfortunately for Air Force ladies, the lion just conquered the eagle and, I mean, seamlessly devoured the eagle. Well, now I started with Boba. When you remember the Pepe. Over the weekend, immigration men, again, they went to fire service their background to quench the fire for them. Let's keep one. Ghana Army men, almost Elwak United for said that. Some washer ye money 3-0 ni dia. Ye mamonya ye nsusa. No munso afa said, hey! Now, surprise is being a bay. Ghana Navy also youth, just a Navy for an outstanding match of money Calibibo or Mulusino, Muku share before you know youth so. Our naval base, Biako Barras, Stanford Bridge. Pepa, Ghana prisons back here at not TCL facet. Hey! Oh, and you're walking in the Lapaniers. So surprises in the engine to go to. IPC also said, UG, okay, that is fine. Good. Let's continue. Castland, as usual, it is what it is. Because omote resort no outstanding match Ghana Police IPC. Ewo Medina, the fortified arena. Police. Omoko massacre IPC. Hey. My sources shows that na I say IPC mbo volleyball pin. Like how? Well, the result that shook the entire world. Not even sa ekumbino mokun baby hono. Calibi Air Force men. Damn. Hey. Na agrone besha asiene Air Force for ni siri. Just say before the league started, Air Force friendly match with Calibi 3-0 Air Force base. Yate. That is a very good result. I mean, it is what it is. Good. Let's move on. League started. Na Calibi asanko. Oh, the Eagles nest ni mu ho. 3-0. Good. And put the name. Just say, obi o ko bi asre Calibi mema no. Good. Knockout. Calibi sending one into Air Force. Na eso mu. And also mo she Calibi 3-0. Anyway. E hono na Air Force for one person mo kire say, killer de undia. Good. Obabi shia killer ankasa woni fie. Ladies and gentlemen, Saturday, match week 16, Calibi and Air Force, first match in the second round of the GAVA League 2025 season. Air Force and Manu, Ediwe no, omo chance omo mema no. Ebe Avenger momo, the Avengers in town. Hey, well, Yeah, they are so Kenya Air Force Afa first 26-24. Hey, come on. Now Azula charge. What team? Kill him, GM. Is it good? You know the name. Let's go. Surprisingly, Air Force any bomb no. Na Eagle no ya chi na tutu na ntaban. Apra ne ho e de abola soup. Oh, the Lions den mu ho. Ya mfa nche Air Force kra. Me ami bobi. Ya mfa nche Air Force kra. Na we na ama wiase nyina bisese na kalibi fo ne fa he. Intimis mi bisase mo aya mo she Air Force no. Mo nso aya he na mo fa a mo she Air Force. Anyway, that is the result over the weekend. You know, I mean, just as you can see on your screen, men, fire service immigration 3-1 against fire service. Calibi Air Force 3-1 against Air Force. 3-1 against Elwak United. That's in favor of Ghana Army. Ghana Navy also youth 3 straight set for Ghana Navy. Ghana Prisons TCL 3-1. Elwak Queens Lapanias 3 straight set, and then IPC UG Ghana Police Kaslan 3 straight sets each respectively. Same goes to the women. 3-1 immigration 1 against fire service. 3-2 Calibi 1 against Air Force. Ghana Army 1 against Elwak United ladies. 3 straight set. Ghana Prisons 3 straight set against TCL. Ghana Navy Lapanies. Ghana Police Kaslan, same 3 straight sets each respectively. And so that is how it happened over the weekend in the GAVA League round 2, match week 16. Okay, now we are going to enter the very good discussion. Are you ready? What do you have in mind to ask? Now, before we bring in our guest for today, or before we introduce him, GAVA League 2025 season, I mean, it was of much interest when the calendar came up, right? Saw a lot of changes on the GAVA League calendar this season. And I mean, most people were asking me because they know that I have been doing a lot of content on volleyball, and so probably they think that I might have, insight on how the league was structured this season. We all saw Borteyman on the league calendar, and somewhere along the line, I mean, things went otherwise. So a lot of questions have been asked. People are still asking questions. You know, before the inception of this Borteyman thing, there were a lot of things that went on behind the scenes. Okay? I mean, a lot of discussions happened. A lot of discussions happened, and then there were increments in some financial aspect of the GAVA League. So people are still asking questions. Anyway, once again, welcome to Kwesi TV. My name is Bra Kwesi. That is why we are here for you. And so we are going to, get in touch with our guest for today. And then we see what we can hear from him in relation to today's discussion. And so stay with me as we bring him online. right, so ladies and gentlemen, we've been able to get in touch with our guest for today, and so we are going to introduce him. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again. We've been able to get in touch with our guest for today, and we are going to introduce him and then take it from there. He is the Greater Accra Volleyball League's vice chairman. Yes, he is also the technical director for the Greater Accra Volleyball League. He is also the assistant technical director for the Ghana Volleyball Association. And so today we are going to have a chit chat with Mr. Alfred Ofei Awuku Akufu. I mean, most of you know him as Yellow. We are going to have a lot of discussions with him. I mean, we've been able to get in touch and a lot of things. I mean, a lot of things needs to be answered. So Mr. Yellow is on the line, and I am going to welcome Mr. Yellow. Then we take it from there. Good morning, Coach Yellow.
Good morning, Brakwisi.
How are you doing, sir?
Very great. We've been calling you Brakwisi. Mr. Moses Apia.
Hey, and then the way you mean to abontain. Hey, Coach Yellow, and the way you mean to abontain.
Many people have been asking me, Brakwisi, what is the real name? And I always hide it. But today, on your show, I need to reveal it.
Anyway, Coach Yellow, I believe say Bibia Boko.
Oh, about the other room, Bibia Boko.
Yeah, the radiasi.
At the partner here.
Yeah, the radiasi. Now I say there is a maintain here.
I say, Niama for catching all the over.
Oh, sir.
Many boy Indianka can be behind to me by a temper this year. Kwama, every more by a temper.
Hey, Yellow, I would a higher pound.
To make now one way cry won't frame me.
Oh,
only Ben Amaye.
One year bonny bia, Yellow, 1 year bonny bia. No, Crane say, Obana and saying, so no, near my bibi kakra. Yes. Near my bibi kakra, that's right. Coach Yellow, yending komo. I mean, a lot of questions has been asked. People are still asking questions. Before the start of the season, there was all joy when the GAVA League fixtures or calendar came out. And I mean, I even called personally to commend you on that. Starting common free say. Before then, by far, I think I love the organization for this season. Things are good, and I'm glad for that. Starting common free say. Before the start of the season, we saw Borteyman as one of the venues on the GAVA calendar. And all of a sudden, things turned otherwise. But let me ask, what informed GAVA's decision to list Borteyman Sports Hall as its venue or as part of its venue for the 2025 league season?
Yo, that was it. I mean, that was it. Now, me, that chief for us. I'm saying, I'm a for the lovers of volleyball and a multi-FAU program.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you, sir. You have taken this initiative. Yeah, to your question, from the beginning of this Greater Accra Volleyball Association season,
yeah,
we had promises from certain prominent companies.
Okay.
They were genuine promises. So that informed us with the proposal we give them and the acceptance. Then we can play Borteyman because so muji is kakrana. We can pay and go and play.
Okay.
But the unfortunate happened. None of the companies, as at the beginning of the season, were able to give us a positive feedback. Now, with that, we rely on the small amount we are having. I'm saying small because it is small.
Yeah.
I hear the service teams, some of the people say, my increases cannot be moved to me fine for Borteyman. But you need to get closer to the finance department and executives. We are ready to share the statement of account with you. And when I say, yes, you are increasing, but there is a but. So now, Borteyman, Greater Accra, we have to go there. People are of the view. People who call me and speak with me, later they realize, the ministry, yes, the ministry doesn't know us. People think the ministry knows Greater Accra Volleyball. They don't know us. The facility was built for sports people, but you have to go and pay and use it. It is one of my pain. Because the truth be told again, since time memorial, Ghana Volleyball, among young players, since time memorial, every Greater Accra. So to me, my question is, why should Greater Accra pay to use a facility where the players will be selected to play the national team?
Okay.
The nation benefits from Greater Accra. Okay. But we have to pay.
Yeah, Coach Yellow.
We have to pay. So we are ready with 18. The last time we were supposed to go there, that is our week 10. But I ordered the finance to go and pay, and I was told that the place has been rented for some time. For that reason, we cannot go. So, by the grace of God, we'll play Borteyman.
Okay, so Coach Yellow, you made a statement, said some people meet you, or you heard about the increment of the registration fee for the service clubs, and then a lot of questions were asked. People were saying a lot that you increase the registration fee and you are not taking us to Borteyman. What was the increment of the registration fee to the service teams the reason for the host in Borteyman? Okay.
But we are not expecting that huge amount to be charged. So it has an effect on our account. Borteyman was part, from Accra to Borteyman, although it's in Accra, the journey is far transportation, so the referees were factored. Certain other things that will make the league so nice and the winners feel happy were also factored. At the end of it, we need to reduce certain things, many things that we have factored. Thinking that, yes, Borteyman will be like, let me be frank with you, 1,000 Ghana cedis when you go and use it for, let's say, electricity and water. But
okay, but Coach Yellow, let me ask. I just want to get something. I'm sure the audience and the viewers also are thinking the same. You introduced a venue as Borteyman Sports Hall on your calendar without knowing how much it will cost you to use the facility. And then later you found out the cost and then it turned out otherwise. Does that mean GAVA, didn't officially inquire about the usage of the Borteyman, how much it will cost GAVA to use the facility?
So as human as we are, I would say yes, and that was the mistake on our side. As human as we are, we were lamenting with the hope that, yes, Borteyman as a facility for development of sports personnel in Ghana and in Greater Accra, as we stand advantage, would be something that we can offer.
Okay.
But like you are saying, it took it by surprise. Hey, your budget cannot carry on the project. So let's sit back and then let's redesign.
Was that the right decision to take?
Let me say no. From where you are coming from, and from somebody who have done sports management, I would say no. It wasn't there. You see, initially, I told you something that Borteyman was due to the promises from the companies.
Okay.
So that at the end of the year, whoever pays the league will have some good package. So there were so many factors. I don't know whether you understand me.
Yeah, I get you.
But at the end of it, sponsors didn't come in. Now, how much are we supposed to pay? It was not coming. Later it came and the money was out of what we budget. So we need to strategize again and then see how best we can go. So that is how far, or this is how far we have been.
All right. Let me go back to our conversation again. In your submission, you said that the Sport Ministry doesn't recognize Greater Accra Volleyball Association or the Greater Accra Volleyball League. Can you, let us know why the ministry doesn't recognize the Greater Accra Volleyball Association or the league?
Well, you see, I think it is documentary. It is administrative.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first letter we wrote, the letter was brought back. We wrote the letter to the ministry through the Ghana Volleyball Association.
Okay.
Then the information I got was we cannot write to them because they don't know us. That was the information I got. So now write to the Ghana Volleyball Association
Mm-hmm.
so that they will go and fight for you at the ministry. So you understand where I draw that line?
I'm still a bit confused because Greater Accra Volleyball Association has been in existence for over a longer period. I am not sure.
So.
I am not sure I was even born since the inception of the Greater Accra Volleyball Association or the league.
Sure.
If I look at some legends who played, how old they are now, and the years they keep on mentioning, it means it is a long time ago. So I'm still wondering why the sports ministry is not recognizing GAVA or the Greater Accra Volleyball League.
You see, if I may paint a good picture,
mm-hmm.
we are directly under the Ghana Volleyball Association.
Okay.
And they are under the ministry, or
mm-hmm.
even they are under the Sports Authority.
Okay.
Before the ministry.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we are to do things right, then go through the channel, the process, and get back and get to us. So I understood them in a way.
Okay. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, this morning we are in discussion with Mr. Alfred Ofei Awuku Akufo. He is the vice chairman for the Greater Accra Volleyball Association. He's also the technical director for the Greater Accra Volleyball Association. He doubles up as the assistant technical director for the Ghana Volleyball Association, and we are in conversation with him this morning concerning Borteyman and why we are unable to use Borteyman, though it was allocated on the GAVA's calendar for the season. Now, Coach Yellow, let's continue with our discussion. GAVA increased the registration fees partly on the side of the service teams to accommodate the venue costs. I mean, it's a part of supporting the venue costs for the use of Borteyman. Unfortunately, things have turned otherwise. So the questions people are asking is that if we couldn't use Borteyman, because we are done with half of the season already, and still we are yet to be at Borteyman. The questions a lot of people are asking is that how exactly were those funds allocated?
The registration fee was pegged.
Okay.
And from your question, there were no percentages to what goes here, and what goes here.
Mm.
So to answer your question in what was allocated to that place, I will be a bit, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm actually not asking where what percentage was allocated to Borteyman. The question is that we let's say GAVA increased registration fees. Let's assume the increment affected all clubs, civilians, and service teams. And one of the main reasons for the increment was to enable GAVA play the league at Borteyman. Now, this is the case. We are done with half of the season. Not even a single match has been played at Borteyman, and registration fees were increased. My question is that now that we increased registration fee, but we couldn't use that registration fee for or to accommodate the use of Borteyman. How were those funds, especially for the first round, allocated? How were they used?
I believe you understand me that once we couldn't go to Borteyman, the money still, whichever money or whatever amount we were supposed to use to play at Borteyman, and we couldn't go, the money still stays in account. And like I told you, at the end of the season, Greater Accra can take a decision on that. I believe this can be done easily.
Okay.
Yes, we couldn't go. How many times were we supposed to go? How much were we supposed to spend on it? Is the money in the account? Yes. Okay, what can we do? Other channels that we can put that money in, which is going to be beneficial to the clubs, not to the GAVA executives, because you know that GAVA executives don't take any dime. But whatever we take is for the benefit of the clubs and the development of the association. So that money is not gone waste. Rest assured.
Okay. I do so believe that GAVA is taking some lessons from this experience and then have a better planning in the future. Now let's continue with the discussion. Will Borteyman be used in the remainder of the season?
Like I told you, week 18.
Week
we
18.
Need to go to Borteyman.
That's probably next weekend.
Working with the ministry, whoever is in charge, so that week 18 we can go to Borteyman.
Has the place been secured for week 18 as we talk now?
Yesterday I asked, and today I will call by the close of the day to ask the finance department where they've got it.
Don't you think it is long overdue, especially if we actually want to use Borteyman for the week 18 matches?
You know, I would say no, because they asked me for our calendar.
Okay.
The dates we were to use Borteyman, and I provided it to them. Unfortunately, the first one we were supposed to go, we were told, even though they have our plan, they have given the place out already.
All right.
So we need to mark time and wait for week 18, which I believe strongly that week 18 will go.
Now, with the initial one, was it not because we went in later on to secure the place that caused us the unavailability of the venue?
Probably so. So.
Yeah, so why don't we go in, earlier now, push harder, and then get it? Probably by close of the week, if we're able to secure the place for next weekend, that's it.
I understand you perfectly, and I believe the other executives who are supposed to do that work are doing their maximum best.
Okay.
I want to believe so.
Okay. Now, Coach Yellow, I know you are one busy person, so I do not want to take much of your time. So gradually, we are just getting to the end of our discussion. We just have one or few things to, discuss, and then we keep going. And now, my next question is: the clubs are worried. A lot of questions are being asked. Not all have been answered, but I know definitely more will be answered in the near future. The question is: how can the clubs in GAVA, or how can GAVA rebuild trust with the clubs with their financial decisions, over their financial decisions?
Let me understand the question well.
Yes, I'm asking that. How can GAVA rebuild trust with clubs over financial decisions?
How can GAVA do what?
Rebuild trust. You see?
Trust. Okay.
Yeah.
The word is
trust. You see, we increased the registration fee just to assist GAVA acquire Borteyman and then help lead the league there. Unfortunately, we are done with the first round, and just as I keep on saying, not a single match have been played there. And so a lot of questions are being asked. Well, some have been answered here. Most of the clubs, I'm so much sure that, God willing, next season, if you ask them to pay an increment to help secure the venue, it will be a back and forth thing. of which I'm praying it doesn't happen so, because we all want the development of the game. That's why I'm asking, how can you rebuild trust with the clubs?
Oh, building a trust is a matter of dialoguing, okay? Yes, GAVA cannot be there without the clubs. The clubs cannot be there without GAVA.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of sitting and then dialoguing.
Okay.
What went wrong? This is what went wrong.
Okay.
I believe in sincerity. I believe in the truth.
Okay.
Nothing by the truth. Say it as it is. And I believe the club owners will understand that this is where the mistake was coming from. We must face it. And out of that, we can learn and move forward. So building trust is simple. If you make a mistake, you are with me, you plead. The next time you make a mistake, you are with me, you plead. The third time, continuously. Then how do you expect me to trust you? How? And I am feeling it because, like I'm saying, it is not only because of Borteyman.
Okay.
We play the league for so many years. The team that wins the league takes only trophy. And I feel the pain being a player before. So I introduced one ball. I know it's not enough. I'm telling you the truth. I know it's not enough. Let's add one ball to the trophy. It is not the best. So I said this year, let's add some cash. You see, so increasing the amount is not only Borteyman.
So, Coach Yellow, yes, you just brought up something. Does that mean this season, any club who wins the league is going home with, a cash prize together with few equipment?
Exactly so. Exactly. That is why one of the reasons why we increased the affiliation. Because it is not the best that the team wins a league. 30 weeks of playing volleyball, then take a trophy. That was the beginning. Then recently, take a trophy, take a ball. So no, this time you paid something. Take a trophy, take a ball, take some cash.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, so we are actually getting to the end of our conversation with Coach Yellow, and then you also have on your screen the phone-in number, that is 0257855032. Coach Yellow will be on the line. Please, again, when you call, please, Ms. Remo, enyatem didier. Who question bisana. We just have, let me say, roughly 10 minutes for that. Who question be a bisano. If you have any suggestion or contribution, just lay it down. Maybe didi atem betray wadwen. Open church mu bisa wasem na Coach Yellow and mu. By far, I have asked few questions that most of you would have wanted to ask. But Coach Yellow, a comment below. Someone is asking, please ask Coach Yellow, how is it that all these years GAVA has been in existence, yet the ministry doesn't recognize GAVA?
The answer is very simple. I think I made that presentation in my submission.
Okay.
The mother body, which is the Ghana Volleyball Association, is also not directly under the ministry. Is under the sports authority. So if you look at the ladder, who ministry knows is the president, the Ghana Volleyball Association.
Okay.
By way of statement, they are what the ministry knows. Even the National Sports Authority doesn't recognize us.
Wow.
Because what they recognize is the federation, the mother federation, which is the Ghana Volleyball Association.
Okay.
So who knows us, or the body that knows us, is the Ghana Volleyball Association. So the sports authority doesn't factor it as in any of their programs. The ministry doesn't factor as in any of their programs. That is why I said they don't know us. Because they don't factor as in any of their programs.
Coach Yellow, can we then conclude on your submission that Ghana Volleyball Federation hasn't furnished the ministry with its sub-associations?
Oh, I don't believe so, because the Ghana Volleyball Association knows the regions that are playing the league. And I from where I sit, I think I can't give a concrete answer to that question.
Okay. Another question from you from the comment section. The question says, what are the necessary measures the association has put in place for the ministry to recognize them?
I believe strongly that looking at the structures, the body that is supposed to sell Greater Accra Volleyball Association, for that matter, the regional volleyball associations to the ministry, or first to the sports authority, is the Ghana Volleyball Association.
Okay. Anyway, I wanted to ask one question, but let me hold it there and then allow the viewers to also come in. Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, Coach Yellow is still with us, and he is ready to answer your questions and also receive your suggestions one by one. Again, if you come online, please, I'm begging you, don't insult. Hello, Coach Yellow. Hello, Coach Yellow.
Yes, Bragwezi.
Yeah, and Team Pacho, Jinasoka Kremaya and Enche, no baby. And then let's receive. Sure. Now you receive one of few messages or calls from our viewers, you know. And need more Jinasoka Krebi Mame. All right, Yanko. And the GAVA League week 18 no. Yeah, the Nina ready. Coach Yellow say God willing week 18. That means weekend one. Next weekend, you never go Borteyman. Po. Coach Yellow has answered a lot of questions. The number is on your screen. Just call in and then let's add you to the conversation. 0257 8550 32. 0257 855032. The line is yours. You can call in and then let's talk. You can also call in from WhatsApp 050 901 3687. 050 901 3687. And yes, Hadia and near Enchemedia Coach Yellow. I believe say most of the questions in Mebisa also the Kakra Wono, which may be your suggestions, you can add it up and then we take it from there. Coach Yellow say the mistake they did was that they didn't inquire about the usage of the facility, how much it will cost them, and almost fix it on the GAVA calendar. And so they've learned their lessons. That's been an experience, and so that is going to help better their planning, God willing, the seasons ahead. Now, I personally have one question for Coach Yellow. No, dear, maybe Sani Wiana, yedin komono esi, entino. Anyway, Obia Mbaso, Coach Yellow. Once again, welcome back. Before Obekono, my last question. That is personally from me. My last question. It is alleged, say, most of the clubs do not complete the payment of their registration fee before the league starts. Even at a point, most of the clubs wouldn't pay their registration fee until the end of the season before they finish paying. Coach Yellow, please, how true is that?
This is perfectly true. And I tell you today that the league that we are playing, the clubs, apart from the services, who have produced national players, who have played in the national team and have captained the national team, are struggling. They are suffering. Truth be told, they don't have any backbone. They don't have any support. So it is not today. Years back, at the end of every year, see the civilians owning the association.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the debt have to be cancelled because just the coaches who are handling the teams themselves doesn't have anybody to support them. And I tell you the truth, it is not easy for them. You cannot stand on that and say, don't play the league again. They will not produce the players for you. It is the civilians who are producing the players for the nation. They need to be helped. Who is supposed to help them? That's the question we must ask ourselves.
Coach Yellow, should that be the responsibility of GAVA to help those clubs financially?
But you see, GAVA itself doesn't have the money. GAVA itself doesn't have. So you see, I always salute the services. But you see, those who are making the noise that we have increased. Since time memorial, I'm saying this on authority again.
Mm-hmm.
It is the services and the forces, the 346 teams, who are running Greater Ghana Volleyball. It is their money. That's more money that we collect. That is what we use to run. What the civilians pay is neither here or there. It's just to give the referees their TNT. At a point in time, they can't afford that money. So somebody will say, are you then joking? Let me accept it. We are joking. But out of our joking system, we produce the national players. This is what I have to say on that question.
Coach Yellow, this discussion, I think we have to have it another time because a lot of questions are coming in, not from the comment section, but personally myself, because
people might not understand. But if we are taking teams out of the league because they are owing, by now, no civilian team will succeed. Probably, maybe Eugene has come first with the school, and that one self, the school can sometimes fail them. Maybe Calibi with their backbone, but even that one can fail because Calibi is having the backbone, and then Ewa Queens is having the backbone. What about TCL? What about Lapanese?
Good, Coach. I think you've brought it up, so let's just delve in a little bit and then we call it a day. Now, GAVA is the association. I do so well believe that GAVA have directives, right?
GAVA has. Please do come again.
I said, hold on, I think there is someone on the line, so let's bring him in. Hello, good morning, Coach Abe.
Good morning.
I'm live on Kwesi TV on the Gvt Show, Ghana Volleyball Today Show, and you're welcome.
Thank you.
I believe you have followed the discussion and, your opinion, or if there is any question you would love to ask Coach Yellow. He's online.
Yes, I just want to address some few issues that
Okay.
Coach Yellow mentioned, and then the little some of us also know.
Okay.
As far as some of the questions that are being asked online, as far as the comments that are coming there.
Yeah.
I've seen some asking what can be done.
Yeah.
For Ghana Volleyball Association to is it the ministries or something to recognize Greater Accra
Volleyball Association. Yeah.
And some are also of the opinion that why hasn't the Ghana Volleyball Association gone ahead to finish the ministries their line or their activities for the year?
Yeah.
The sub associations.
Yeah.
The fact is that I think there has been communication issues.
Mm-hmm.
I think there has been communication problems because.
Yeah. Coach Abe, just a minute, please. It's like we are having a feedback from your end. If possibly you can mute or lower your TV set a little bit for us, that'd be good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay, please.
Okay. So I don't know whether Coach Yellow is listening. Good afternoon, sir.
I'm on the line. I'm on the line with you.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Sorry, good morning, and permission to carry on.
Permission granted, my brother.
Yes, sir. So I think that I just want to address some few issues. I see it from this angle where there is either power struggle or communication bridge. Most especially on the question being asked by some of the viewers who are commenting that why is it that the National Association has not been able to furnish the ministry with the sub associations being the regional associations activities or plan for the year. And here I see this as a problem because you give birth to somebody and then it is your responsibility.
Please, a point of correction, please. I didn't say that Ghana Volleyball Association have not finished the ministry. I didn't say that. I don't know whether they have done that.
Yeah, Coach Yellow. Let me read the statement. It was a question rather. So one of the viewers commented. He asked why GAVA, since its inception over the years, is not recognized by the ministry. And then after your submission, he came in to comment again saying, can we then conclude that Ghana Volleyball Association hasn't finished the ministry with its sub-associations? So it is a question. And I think Coach Yellow answered that from where he's sitting, he's not the right person to, answer to that.
Yeah. I admit, but the point is that, like I said, if you give birth to a lot of children, it is your responsibility as the father or mother to be able to take care of them and be responsible for them and their upkeep. If by any default you don't have the means to do so, you one way or the other bring the child to the table and say, look, I wish I could do this, but this is what I have. Then the child can also say that I want to also support by doing this to help you. The problem we are having here is communication issues and then power struggle.
Yeah.
Most of these association members are part of the federation, being the national federation.
Mm-hmm.
And so I find it very, very difficult to be able to bridge the gap between what is happening to the Greater Accra Volleyball. I cannot speak for the other regions anyway.
Yeah.
What is happening to the Greater Accra Volleyball Association as against what is happening in the National Federation staff. I can count about 3 or 4 people being part of the National Federation who are also part of the Greater Accra Association. Yes, sir.
Let's continue, please.
So, in my opinion, I feel that we need to get back to the drawing board and get to meet both parties. Look, volleyball development is mostly being done in Greater Accra. We are playing the strongest and the heaviest league in the country. And so if we are not able to get the National Association to be on our side, to be able to secure a venue that is built for national development and national interest, then both parties, being Greater Accra and the National Federation, are not helping us because most of the national players being picked to represent the nation are Greater Accra groomed prepared players. All the clubs that are producing the best of players are from Greater Accra. Even those who got the beginning of the foundation of their volleyball game from the other regions ends up being overly developed better in Greater Accra. So it is a problem that we need to go back to the national officers to be overly interested in helping Greater Accra to get it right. And this one, I'll please all those asking questions here, if you have any means to also contribute in getting the National Federation in also lowering their guards in terms having a fruitful and a favorable discussion with the Greater Accra Association executives. We should be able to do so. Look, I'm saying that the vice chairman and the technical director of the Greater Accra Volleyball Association is doing his bit. But this is a quick question to him. Chairman Yellow, Vice Chairman Yellow.
I'll be going with you.
Vice Chairman Yellow, sir, please. Where is the chairman of the Greater Accra Volleyball Association?
A big question.
He asked permission from the executive board to take a leave to sort his things out. He went to Canada, he came back, brought some few items for the development of beach volleyball in Greater Accra, and again asked permission to go and seek for, I'm using his word, partners, to seek for partners to come and help Greater Accra. So currently, he's not in the country.
I'm grateful. I mean, everybody will be very, very, very much appreciable to what he is bringing on board. But the fact is that when a leader is appointed or elected, there should be guidelines surrounding what time and when can the person be either around or not around.
Yeah.
If at any point in time, I don't know for how long he seeks for that permission, but if that permission being sorted has overstayed its boundaries, I think that it would be proper for us to open that particular position as vacant, get an acting person, or look for me. Because look, there are other equally good people out there like yourself and others who can come on board to still push for a certain agenda to develop the game.
Please let me come in here. I don't think his position is vacant. Why? Because whenever we have an online executive meeting, he is with us. Any time at all, Greater Accra Volleyball Association executive, we have an online meeting. And we've been doing this online meeting because it is difficult for members to attend executive meeting in person. And I believe you are one of those who have even registered your place so that even Greater Accra Volleyball Reps Association, we do online. So executives, we've been doing online meetings, and the chairman is always with us. So his position cannot be vacant.
Okay, so please, let me just choose the right words to describe whatever I was trying to say. Look, in every institution, then we could have said that all of you who are devoting your time and your resources here to be physically available should or could also be busy somewhere, because all of you are also busy. Could also be busy somewhere and let go of your guards and do online volleyball running. That is the point I'm making here.
I understand your play. I understand your play.
Look, ever since I will speak for Gvt Volleyball Club, I have been a rep of Gvt Volleyball Club for the past 6 months. Ever since this 2025 year calendar started, as far as volleyball is concerned in Greater Accra, I've sat in technical meetings for quite some time now, and nothing of his has been mentioned to us anyway. And questions are being asked: where is the chairman? Where is the chairman? When I was running Tema United, I saw him just about 3-4 times. And it's been over 1 year, 6 months since he left. And so, in all fairness, when we really want to have proper business being running, you are doing your bit. All other executives are doing their bit. That's why you are called executives.
So let me help here, okay? I think you are not the only person who have raised this, and I have said it that those who are raising it, they are volleyball people. They have all the right to raise it. Just some few months to come, the end of the term of the executives will expire. So I believe that going away from us for 2 years, and we have managed it, let's try and continue to hold it. Some few months to come, election, and whoever wants to come and contest. See, our constitution and bylaw doesn't even disqualify him. So if he feels he will pick a form, fine. Any other person who feels he should pick a form, then the playing field will show whether we get a new chairman or not. So I'll plead with you that we hold on our fire. Thank you very much.
Coach Abe, please, we are fast spent with our time, and I know you have a lot, but I'll be glad you can brief it, and then we get it from there. Yeah.
Okay, so just the last question for Coach Ofe.
Yeah.
And then I can rest my case, and later we can continue this discussion somewhere.
Sure.
Many have said that there has been a lot of issues surrounding volleyball in general, as far as schools and colleges volleyball is concerned, and then how we are able to protect our young players who are growing up. Funnily enough, almost all of us find ourselves developing volleyball from a lot of angles.
Yeah.
Now, a quick question. What are the laid-down procedures for Greater Accra Volleyball Association in terms of protecting the player rights that falls under Greater Accra Volleyball Association, where a player is being developed by a club, by a manager, but the club does not have the right to do proper negotiations on behalf of the player if the player will have to sign any contract in and around Ghana as well as outside Ghana. Yes, sir.
My simplest answer to your question, you are talking professional. Greater Accra Volleyball Association is playing amateur volleyball. That is the difference. Managers, whatever it is you are mentioning, comes in when it is professional. That is why Greater Accra, you don't see who is managing who, because we are still amateur.
No, I think you. No, I think you maybe you got a part of my question, but you didn't get the other part. I'm saying that.
Let me understand it politically.
Yes, I'm saying that. What is the laid down procedure? What is the measures being put in place? Because if a club like Elwa Queens, if a club like Calibi Volleyball Club, if a club like IPC all fall under the Greater Accra Volleyball Association, of which there are rules governing Greater Accra Volleyball Association, what then becomes the laid down procedure to empower these clubs in terms of having a certain power, having a certain authority over players? Because I don't think, so I don't know whether Greater Accra itself has an interest being given to them when a player gets to sign a contract somewhere.
The somewhere, is it within Ghana or outside Ghana?
Wherever. If Greater Accra is negotiating on behalf of a player, just as I don't expect.
I don't know, but let me see if I understand it perfectly. All the players who are playing under the Greater Accra Volleyball Association who have left the shores of Ghana, Greater Accra, we don't have a copy of any of their contracts. I'm telling you this for a fact.
That is what I'm talking about. Because there should be procedure where the interest of the player, just as the clubs are supposed to have an interest of the player being protected, the Greater Accra Volleyball Association should also have that procedure, that laid down procedure, where the national will also be there. Because once the player is going out of the borders of our country, the national federation comes in, the regional association also comes in, then the club also becomes responsible.
Okay, so let me thank you, and then let me promise that we'll take it up from there. Okay, let me do that promise, because there is no policy. That is why our players leave the shores of Ghana, and the association is not safe in a letter. Whatever proceeds comes in, we don't get a coin. So I think your question will be treated by the executives.
All right, sir. So,
thank you very much.
Thank you. I wish that you can make yourself available frequently to be able to get to help players understand a lot of things in the system, because what is happening is that if there are no answers, there are a lot of questions.
Sure.
And if there are a lot of information out there, the internal wrangling and people commenting on things that they have no idea on can easily be worked on. It will give everybody the fair field. And I know the lovers of volleyball who are listening will now get to understand some few things that they didn't have any idea on from the beginning, to be able to also look for means to support volleyball in Greater Accra and Ghana at large. On behalf of myself, and then I think almost all the listeners, we want
let me come in and say something here, if your permission. That is it.
Yeah, Coach.
I wanted to say a very big thank you to the CEO of Super Volleyball Championship.
Yeah.
The bigger platform, I am on it. I have never commented. I read a lot on it. I am happy the last time he came on board and wrote something, and it brought silence on the page.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can quite remember, I can't vividly say whatever, but if you need an information, Mo says, get to the organizers and ask your questions.
Yep.
And I believe it brought silence to the page. Because like I say, many players are saying things they don't know. I don't blame them, because they are reps who are supposed to educate them, don't even know. When you get closer to the Greater Accra Volleyball technical meeting, everything changes. You now get to understand the organizers. The other coaches who don't get closer to us always have problems with us because they don't understand what we are doing. So once again, I say thank you to Mo for that.
Okay.
On the platform.
Okay,
listen,
so
my doors are open. I am always available for any question.
Okay, so Coach Abe, thank you so much for joining us. I believe going forward, we'll also get to your side, and then probably you enlighten us on a lot of things. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, so Coach Yellow, before you leave, last question from the comments. Does GAVA have a PRO? Coach Yellow. Coach Yellow.
You should have answered that person.
Does Greater Accra have a PRO?
Oh, but you know we don't have a PRO. You know, you are part of us.
Coach Yellow.
Have you ever seen our PRO before?
Well, I do not know your structures, and so I can't tell whether you have a PRO or not.
Anyway,
yeah, exactly.
You see, you know much. Let me use